you want to build massive Boulder shoulders. Well, that's freaking awesome. And I'm going to teach you exactly step by step how to do it today. Before I jump right into my top favorite exercises to build massive shoulders, there are some basics that I need you to understand about growing these bad boys. Number one, to target your shoulders, you have to make sure that you have good form. Your shoulders have three different heads: an anterior head, a medial head, and a posterior head. Front, middle, and back. It's very easy to mess up your form and hit the wrong head or even a totally different muscle like the bicep. Number two, don't obsess over form and make sure you go heavy. I know, I just said make sure your form is good, and now I'm saying don't obsess over it. It's freaking confusing. But look at Arnold. He freaking rocks back and forth when he's working his shoulders. Look at Ronnie Coleman. He rocks back and forth like he's possessed. And if that's not enough proof that you can't obsess over your form, look at Rocky Balboa in Rocky 2. He's an inspiration to all of us. Point is, make sure that you're using good form, but also make sure that you're going heavy as F. You're only going to grow your shoulders by increasing the weight over time. Progressive overload is what gets muscles bigger and stronger. If you want stronger shoulders, you're going to have to work your way up to the big boy weights. And when you do the big boy weights, your form will probably not be absolutely perfect, and that's okay. Let's shoot for 8 to 10 reps on all these shoulder exercises. The first one that we're going to start with is one that you may have never seen before. It's by far the best exercise for a massive front head. I call this one the incline frontal raise. On the incline frontal raise, you want to make sure that your back is all the way back up against the bench. You also want to make sure that you allow your arms to come all the way back behind the bench. Squeeze your knees together nice and tight to get them out of the way. Raise straight to the front and stop at shoulder level. It's critical that you keep your elbows above your hands and concentrate on raising with your elbows during the whole exercise. The next one is a classic, lateral raises. The medial head of the shoulders is very hard to hit in any compound movement, so lateral raises are one of the best ways to grow your shoulders out to the sides. You can perform it seated or standing, but I like seated. In this exercise, you want to focus on raising up with your elbows just like the last one. Sit at the edge of the bench and bring the dumbbells together under your legs. Then raise them up to your sides up to shoulder level. Moving on to the wide angle dumbbell row. This one is one of the best compound exercises for your back and for the back of your shoulder. Rather than rowing like we normally would, where we pull the dumbbell into our belly button, we're going to aim for our butt or pretend that you're trying to reach for your back pockets. It's important that you're pulling with your elbows in this exercise, not just your hands like the others. This is for the underused lateral head. Grab any sturdy object and lean away from it. By leaning away, it'll give you a wider angle to get extra muscle breakdown. Raise directly to your sides and stop at 90 degrees from the floor. Make sure you keep your elbow higher than your hand. Don't forget to hit both sides. I sometimes do that. On this one, you're going to grab dumbbells, bend over, and you're going to try to get your body at a 90-degree angle from the floor. So you're going to try to be parallel to the floor. Just like a fly, you're going to have your elbows slightly bent, again pulling with the elbows, and you're going to bring your arms out to the side, kind of like a lateral raise except bent over. If done correctly, this could be one of the best exercises for the back of the shoulder. Last but not least is the good old Arnold press. This one is probably the first one you should start with because it requires a lot of strength and is a compound exercise. It'll mostly hit your front head, but man oh man, this one is by far one of the best. Start with your arms rotated inward and then rotate them outward as you press over your head. One last thing that I have to say, make sure that if you're trying to grow your shoulder muscles, you're eating enough to stimulate growth. You're eating enough calories. You're not going to grow these muscles by eating like a bird. That's it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel and leave it a thumbs up and comment below, and I'll see you guys next time. Pump it.